Hello everyone, Master Morpher here, back with more what-ifs related towards Star Wars, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Power Rangers. I think it's time we left off with the Ahsoka and Ventress one. When we last left off on our heroes, they were on Yavin 4. They'd set up a temporary base there, if you will, to create lightsabers. Asajj Ventress has just finished creating her dual saber staff with purple lightsaber crystals. Now, while they were there, they found an old abandoned Jedi temple with some fighters in it. So, knowing that they could leave the planet, they contacted Anakin. Ahsoka, having known that she can never really go back to the temple, realized that maybe staying here for a while longer and working on the Force is what I need to do. Day by day, they've been training, getting themselves stronger, more powerful, and learning to not use the dark side at all, but to waver between both. A gray Jedi, if you will, and a gray Sith. Now, Ahsoka, on the other hand, has grown quite powerful over these years. Over these months, and she has developed 2 lightsabers, but there's no crystals in them yet. She doesn't know what color she wants. They're curved, like Ventress's was, and they have the ability to combine together into a saber staff. She never really uses it, though. She just wanted something that she thinks will complement both A, her master's teachings, and B, her new friend's teachings. But if I'm being honest, they've kind of gotten a little bit closer than friends these past couple months. They're like full-blooded sisters now. But deep down, Ahsoka and Ventress both are starting to feel something more. One day, out of the blue, while Ahsoka's meditating, she connects to her master. She connects to Anakin and says to him, "Master, I have a dilemma." To which this is right before Order 66 happens and everything, so Anakin is still Anakin. He's like, "Tell me, my old friend." "I'm starting to feel a pull." He says, "A pull?" "Yes, like you did with Padme." "Wait, what do you mean?" "Come on, Anakin, I've known for a long time. Padme and you're not just friends. You're married." "Ahsoka, you won't tell anybody, will you?" "No, Master, because I'm starting to develop those kind of feelings for somebody as well." "Who?" "Oh, no, please don't tell me." "Master, I'm sorry, but for some reason, I'm starting to develop feelings for Ventress." Fine. To which Ahsoka gets all fired up and goes, "Master, what are you implying?" "Oh, nothing, just I lost a bet." "What do you mean?" "Obi-Wan and I had a bet going that while you guys were on the planet, you guys would form a connection, a sister connection stronger than any other. I thought you'd stay full-blooded code to the Jedi code, but I guess I lost that bet. Oh well." "Wait, you think..." "Shh, Ahsoka, I'm joking. Calm down." Oh, okay. "But yes, I am starting to fall for Ventress." "What kind of lightsabers did she create?" Anakin asked Ahsoka. "Well, she created 2 purple sabers that connect together to create a dual saber staff." "And you, my old apprentice?" Ahsoka said, "I created 2 curved like Ventress's were, but I haven't put crystals in them yet." "Why not?" "Because each time I grab one, they break and fall apart in my hands. I can't use blue one, because when I do, it starts to churn a different color." "Well, what color?" "That's the thing, Master. It doesn't radiate a color. It wavers between green to purple to red every single time. My heart is being pulled 4 different ways, and I haven't had the courage to tell Ventress yet." "You're going to have to tell her eventually," Anakin said. "I know." "Anakin, I gotta go. We gotta finish our training here. I may be visiting in a couple weeks, who knows. But don't let anybody know we're here on Yavin 4. Not Master Yoda, not even Obi-Wan. And Anakin, I promise I'll never say anything to Obi-Wan about Padme. Oh, and before I go, Anakin, one last thing. Congratulations." "What? Ahsoka and Anakin cut their links. Ventress, being who she is, walks up to Ahsoka and says, "What was that all about?" "Don't worry," she said, "my sister. It was nothing. Was just talking to my own master about how far we've come." So Ventress says, "Do you want a duel?" Ahsoka says, "Sarge, there's something I gotta tell you. You haven't called me that name in a long time. What's up?" "Well, the thing is, I've kind of not been able to get a lightsaber crystal into my lightsaber." "What? Why not?" "I don't know, Master. I really don't know. All I know is that when it goes in there, it just goes from green to blue to purple to red." "Ahsoka," she said, "why didn't you tell me?" "What do you mean?" "Your heart. It's the reason the color you can't pick one is because each time you try to, your heart goes to those three emotions. The Jedi, the Sith power you found, but the purple I don't understand." Ahsoka says, "I do." Ventress says, "Anywho, I want you to take that yellow lightsaber I gave you a while back. We're going to practice for a little bit, and maybe, just maybe, while we're practicing, you can get your bearings together and try to figure out what's right and what's wrong, and what path to take. You ready?" "Yes, I am." So while they're at the temple, they're out exploring. And they're at the top of the temple, the very, very, very top. And while they're up there, a door opens up. Asajj Ventress and Ahsoka are shocked beyond belief. They stop their fighting that's been going on for about 25 minutes and go inside and nearly pass out. They find inside the room a whole slew of Jedi archives. Everything you could imagine in there. Even some old Jedi gravestones are left inside. And then they found something that still makes them shiver. What they found was Jedi texts left from centuries ago. And the only thing is that each time they get near the text, they start to worry because they both know that they aren't Jedis anymore. They fear that if they try to touch them, that the books will burn. After 3 months and everything, Ventress and Ahsoka are outside. And Ahsoka says, "I think I know what color my lightsabers will turn when I touch them this time." "Why?" "I'll tell you in a little bit." So she runs back into the temple. And while she's on her way in, Asajj Ventress has a few minutes to herself and says, "She's become quite strong. I foresee her becoming stronger than me, even her former master." She comes back out a few minutes later and says, "Ventress, you ready to fight? What color did they turn?" Ahsoka, with a smile on her face, says, "Let me show you." "White lightsabers? Why?" She said, "The reason my sabers were going to be red is I was the pull to the dark. The reason they were purple is my stance in the Force. But then I calmed my mind, touched the crystals, put them in, and the color white." Ventress laughed and said, "Well, well, looks like you haven't lost your touch, young one. Now then, shall we fight?" She said, "Oh yes, let's." So they clashed back and forth for weeks on end, not stopping for breaks. And then all of a sudden, Ahsoka and Ventress both feel the Force shaking like crazy. "What's going on?" "I don't know. It's like something has happened." They don't know what's going on. Nobody does. The galaxy trembles. The world's shaking. The whole planet's going crazy. They go over to the ship, get on the intercom. Ahsoka calls directly to Master Kenobi and says, "Obi-Wan, We sensed a tremor in the Force. Ahsoka, is that you? Yes, Master Kenobi. I got Ventress here with me. Master Kenobi, it's been a long time. Indeed it has. Look, I want you to leave Yavin 4 right now. Don't tell me where you're going. Just leave. Go. Asajj pauses and says, Master Kenobi, did your clone troopers turn on you? How did you... She said, when I was an agent of Dooku, he claimed that one day the clone troopers that fought so hard to serve you guys would eventually churn. I didn't believe him, and I still don't. But did they? Ahsoka said, Master, please tell me she's not telling the truth. Yes, Ahsoka, they did. And your master, he's been turned to the dark side. Ahsoka, tears running down her face, reached out through the Force. Anakin, can you hear me? Anakin! To which Anakin replies, Ahsoka, I am no longer Anakin Skywalker. Behold the might of Darth Vader. I do not wish to kill you. You will join me or I will slaughter you like I did the younglings in the Jedi Temple. Like I did Master Windu. No! Anakin, no! No! The room shakes. The whole planet is going crazy. Asajj runs over, gives Ahsoka and says, calm down, what's going on? She says, Ahsoka, what's wrong? Stop crying, calm down. Then all of a sudden, Ahsoka's lightsabers light up from her pocket, flickering from white to red, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She said, Master Kenobi, Anakin has turned, but I sense two things in the Force that might be able to stop him. A child, if you will. Padme and Anakin were married, I know, and they had kids. You knew? I promised my master I wouldn't say anything. Ventress jumps in and says, Master Kenobi, where will the children go? The boy is going to his going to his uncle on Tatooine. But the girl, we haven't made up our mind yet. Asajj says, Ahsoka, if I were to tell you that I want to bring the girl with us to the new planet we're going to, what would you say? Ahsoka, pondering for a moment, thinking on her master. Then remembered the old days. Her holding her lightsaber, training, all that other stuff. She thought for a good while and said, you know what? I don't mind. Master Kenobi, I'm sending you some coordinates. Meet Asajj Ventress there. Why will you not come? I have to go set up our new base. Where you going? Tython, Droman Kaz. We're going to the outer rims of the deepest, darkest parts of the galaxy. And we're going to train in all the different aspects of the Force. So that one day, Luke and Leia both will be able to turn Anakin back to the light side of the Force. And save him from the pain he's currently in. Obi-Wan said, I don't know if that's possible. Right now, you just need to have faith. Ventress, I will meet you on one of the planets I just mentioned. But for right now, we need to go our separate ways. As they're leaving, and they cut comms, Ahsoka runs over, gives Asajj Ventress a hug, and says, meet me on the planet that pulls you the most. And there you will find me. And there we can continue our lives together. Again, sister. To which as Ahsoka starts to walk off, Ventress says, no, not sister. I do not see you as a sister. I haven't seen you as a sister in a long, long time. To which, all of a sudden, the words come out of her mouth and says, really? Then what do you see me as? She says, for right now, a stubborn annoyance that won't leave me alone. Ahsoka laughs and says, same here. So they gave each other one big hug. And Ahsoka's on her ship flying away. And as she's flying away, she says under her breath, "Why have I fallen in love with you? You were a Sith. I was a Jedi. What happened?" And as Ahsoka's flying away, Ventress says, "I've fallen in love with a woman who I considered my sister. What is going on?" So they both left Yavin 4. Saz Ventress decided, "I'm not taking these dual sabers with me." So she destroyed them and created a whole new dual saber staff. One that mimics the old ones from the Old Republic era. And when she did this, the saber crystals would not turn the color she wanted. They turned blue. And she was not even the least bit surprised. To which she said, "I guess I can no longer be a Sith." All of a sudden, she heard a voice say, So evolved you have. No longer Sith are you? Come to Dagobah, you must, yes." "Who is this?" "Yoda I am. Train you, Ahsoka I will. After you complete your training on Tython and Droman Cast. And Korriban. For now, leave you I will, with the hope that Jedi one day you will be." And they both go their separate ways. And for now, this is where we're going to leave off. With Ahsoka going to either Droman Cast, Yavin 4, Droman Cast, Tython, or Korriban. The one with the most pull. Until next time, guys, I will see you later. The Force will be with you, always. Never forget. And Master Morpher out.